but a film, I gotta be right.
Now they good. Now Joyner Lucas, how was doing that video with Joyner Lucas?
Lucas shocked the internet this week after confirming that he and Ashanti allegedly dated for nearly 2 years, something fans had suspected but never heard either of them openly admit. What caught everyone off guard wasn't the confession itself, but the emotional clarity behind it. He didn't sound bitter. He didn't sound hesitant. He sounded like a man finally ready to close a chapter that had lingered in the shadows far longer than people realized. He described Ashanti as an amazing person, which instantly sent social media into a frenzy. People began pulling up old photos, behind-the-scenes videos, and rumored studio moments from years back, claiming it all suddenly made sense. Fans believe his tone held a bittersweet mixture of respect and reflection, like he was acknowledging a moment in his life that shaped him more than he expected. And even through the nostalgia, he made one thing crystal clear: he is genuinely happy for her. According to Joyner, seeing Ashanti thriving with Nelly brings him peace. He said Nelly is a lucky man, and the way he said it carried weight, like he wasn't just paying a compliment, but revealing something deeper. He talked about Ashanti as a type of woman who is fully present in a relationship, someone who supports whoever she's with, someone who pushes you to make smarter moves, earn more, build more, dream more. And hearing him say it out loud made fans rethink everything they thought they knew about the timeline. What stood out most was his admission that he met her during what he describes as a bad place in his life. He didn't go into details, but fans speculate it may have involved personal struggles, career pressures, or emotional exhaustion he wasn't ready to confront at the time. Whatever it was, he hinted that Ashanti was like a stabilizing force, gentle but intentional, yet ultimately unable to fix the wounds he hadn't healed himself. As the conversation continued, Joyner explained that even though they cared for each other, things simply didn't align. Reportedly, their lives were moving in different directions, and neither of them wanted to force something that wasn't meant to last. Fans reacted with mixed emotions. Some felt sad for him, others admired his honesty, and many applauded the maturity he showed by giving Ashanti her flowers rather than creating unnecessary drama. And while his tone remained calm, the comments beneath the interview exploded. Some users wrote that they always knew there was something between them, while others admitted they were shocked but not surprised. The most interesting reactions, though, came from people comparing the energy Joyner described to the energy Ashanti now shows with Nelly: visible, joyful, effortless. Then came the moment that changed the entire conversation. Joyner said Ashanti always made sure the man beside her made more money. Fans took that line and ran with it. Some called it a powerful compliment. Others said it revealed why she and Nelly work so well, because they reportedly uplift each other in a way that feels balanced and long overdue. A few even joked online that Ashanti could make anybody a millionaire, which sparked days of memes. But underneath the jokes, a serious narrative took shape. Fans believe Joyner was indirectly admitting that he wasn't ready for the kind of love she brought to the table. They think he was saying he couldn't match her loyalty and emotional steadiness at the time, and instead of hindering her growth or his, they quietly parted ways. And the way he emphasized we had to go our separate ways felt like he was revisiting a decision that still tugs at him. What kept the story buzzing was how respectfully he spoke about her. No bitterness, no shade, no messy undertones, just gratitude. And that is rare in celebrity situations, especially when relationships end behind closed doors with no explanation to the public. Fans praised him for being transparent without being reckless, for telling the truth without trying to rewrite history. But the most intriguing part, the slight pause Joyner made after saying their relationship didn't work, followed by a quiet laugh, almost like he was remembering something he couldn't say out loud. And now, people are asking the big question: what really happened during those 2 years? And was there more to their split than Joyner is willing to reveal? Because based on his tone alone, it sounds like there's another layer. one that might change the way fans view that entire chapter. After Joyner's interview spread across social media, fans immediately pulled Nelly into the conversation. Not because he said anything, but because of the way people believe he would respond. While Nelly hasn't commented publicly, insiders claim he's fully aware of the interviews circulating. And according to one rumored source close to the Haynes family, Nelly allegedly respects Joyner for speaking positively rather than stirring trouble. For a man who has seen how messy the entertainment world can get, that kind of maturity reportedly earns points. But fans were more focused on Ashanti's silence. She didn't like a post, she didn't repost a clip, and she didn't drop even a cryptic caption. Many think her silence was intentional, an unspoken boundary that signaled the past is the past, and she's fully anchored in her marriage and motherhood. Others believe she might have watched the clip and smiled, appreciating the respect without feeling the need to add her voice. Where things got interesting was on X, where several users claimed to have pieced together timeline clues. Some argued that the overlap between Ashanti's healing moment and her reconnection with Nelly paints a picture of emotional rebirth, like she'd finally found the piece she'd been missing. Others insisted that Joyner's comments prove she was always destined to end up with Nelly, no matter what paths they took in the middle. Fans love a full-circle love story, and this one suddenly had renewed depth. Meanwhile, Joyner's supporters defended him heavily. They said he wasn't trying to insert himself into her current life. He was simply giving credit where credit was due. And with his career now thriving, fans believe he felt safe enough to acknowledge a vulnerable chapter without feeling overshadowed. To them, his tone sounded like a man who has healed, learned, and moved on, carrying no resentment. But the biggest wave of reaction came from Ashanti and Nelly's fan base, Team Haynes. They flooded TikTok with edits showing Ashanti and Nelly's strongest moments, tour clips, family photos, baby KK's sweetest appearances, and scenes from their rumored reality show. The underlying message was simple. Whatever happened before, this is her forever now. And fans celebrated the fact that even Joyner recognized that. Still, something unexpected happened next. A former industry associate, someone who allegedly worked closely with one of the three, claimed that Joyner's revelation wasn't planned. According to this person, the topic came up naturally during the conversation, and Joyner just decided to be honest. Fans found that believable, noting how unpolished and raw his wording felt. It had the emotional spontaneity of someone speaking from the heart, not rehearsing a PR statement. Not long after, a rumor surfaced that the interview actually reached Ashanti's mom, Tina Douglas, who's famously protective of her daughter. There's no confirmation, but fans believe Tina may have appreciated that Joyner didn't twist the story, didn't try to brag, and didn't shade the family. Some even joked that Tina probably gave an approving nod, which then spiraled into memes imagining her rating Ashanti's past relationships. Around this time, a new layer of discussion emerged, one centered around respect and timing. Some fans questioned whether Joyner should have held back out of consideration for Ashanti's marriage. Others argued the opposite, saying transparency is better than leaving rumors to grow unchecked. The debate went on for days, gaining momentum as more platforms reposted the clip with headlines like "Joyner finally speaks" and "Hidden romance revealed." Despite the chatter, one thing became clear. The internet wasn't divided because of conflict. It was divided because of curiosity. Everyone wanted to know what those 2 years really looked like behind the scenes. Did they end quietly? Was there heartbreak? Was there a final conversation that closed the door for good? Joyner didn't say, and Ashanti didn't offer clarification, which only deepened the fascination. But then a new report surfaced, one that shifted the direction of the entire conversation. A source who allegedly witnessed a moment between Joyner and Nelly years ago hinted that the two men may have crossed paths during the Ashanti era, and whatever happened in that interaction hasn't been publicly discussed. Fans believe this could unlock the missing puzzle piece, one that might explain why Joyner hesitated before laughing in the interview, and why Ashanti refuses to touch the topic even now. And suddenly, everyone is asking the same question. What really went down between Joyner Lucas and Nelly during the years Ashanti was caught in the middle? Because if that rumored interaction ever comes to light, the conversation might change dramatically.